Welcome back to Mock the Mock, where we take a look at someone else's mock draft. And I'm mocking, giving you my views, thoughts, and opinions. We got a good one today. We got the Sports Waves' own Jason Goldstein. He's got a 2-rounder for us, so maybe we'll see some new prospects, different prospects. But we're going to go ahead. We're going to run through this sucker, but what's crack-a-lackin'? It's your boy Broshmo, just in case you did not know so. Go ahead, become a bro, and subscribe. Leave that thumbs up if you enjoy the content. And as always, let me know what you think in the comments section below. Let's go ahead, get into the nitty gritty. What does Mr. Goldstein have for us at number 1? I haven't looked at it yet. Wow, a Wanu. Okay. So we're kind of agreement. Like I kind of agree. Like going with protection would be a logical thing for the Jaguars. I mean, I'm not gonna pose them if they go like Hutchinson or KT, but a Chem as a top guy, because right now at least rumor is it sounds like it's getting real close between Akem, Evan Neal, and Charles Cross, that we might see a shuffle with those guys. So that'll be interesting to look for going forward. But he goes Akem. Oh, this Detroit Lions one's hot. So we were talking about in Bengals yesterday how he really thinks the Bengals go Malik Willis. At least he's heard stuff. He's heard rumors that they're high on Malik Willis. Of course, everyone is. But then again, we also heard that Kyle Shanahan was high on Mac Jones, which he might have been. But he wanted Trey Lance. So let's read this sucker. Okay. He's gonna. Dan. Okay, this is interesting. Dan Campbell will fall in love with the person Malik Willis, because he's charismatic. Malik Willis is charismatic. Going to the Houston Texans, we got Aiden Hutchinson. Best player available for the Texans. Ain't going to go wrong with that. Evan Neal going to the Jets. Joe Douglas, he likes the trenches. Surrounding Zach Wilson with like protection, and maybe he addresses wide receiver at 10. Just giving Zach Wilson a fair shot at, so you could get a fair evaluation if he's your franchise quarterback or not. So I like Evan Neal here. That's just great value. The New York Giants, they go Kayvon Thibodeau. Ooh, that's interesting. No, it's not. I mean, KT falling here is kind of a no-brainer. You're probably going to miss out on Charles Cross. I mean, I guess you could try to big brain it. Like if you're the Giants, and be like, okay, well, no one will, like the Panthers, they shouldn't take KT in theory. So if we maybe take Charles Cross here, maybe we could just take KT with 7. But again, you're trying to big brain it. Maybe a team now sees that. They're like, oh, let's jump to 6 to get KT. And then the Panthers will have exactly what they need, a trade out. So I do get going KT here. It makes sense. Then Charles Cross going to the Carolina Panthers. I'm still on the board that this pick, whether it's drafting quarterback or using it to get via trade for quarterback, I feel like this is desperation mode for at least the Panthers organization. If they're going to retain the coaching staff, if the GM doesn't want to kind of be like next on the totem pole or the chopping block, then they might go quarterback here or use it in some fashion. But Charles Cross would be a good pick if there wasn't a mighty hot seat sitting there. Garrett Wilson to the Giants. Hold the freaking phone. Made it clear that he would help build around Daniel Jones. It'd be a blessing for the Giants to take an offensive lineman here. It doesn't make sense to reach on an interior. I mean, I got Tyler Linderbaum in the top 10. It ain't reach for me. Oh, the Giants have Kenny Golladay along with 2 slot receivers. You ain't wrong. Though Shepard can't play on that outside. He's just not necessarily elite. So going Garrett Wilson. I think corner maybe would make sense here too, just again with James Bradbury's contract. And it's better value technically, because I got, I think, two corners ahead of Garrett Wilson probably. I don't know. I'm going through receivers ideally tomorrow. By the way, if you didn't know, ranking videos, we're going to take the day off tomorrow. You're going to get a new fresh mock draft. And then we'll continue ranking the positional ranking videos from we're going to continue that next week. You'll get a big board. I'm going to go 150. I saw Mike Renner went 150. I'll go 150. I'll do that. So I'm still whipping that together. But yeah, this Garrett Wilson one's an interesting one. I'll say that. Atlanta Falcons go Kyle Hamilton. He's going to be also an interesting one. I've seen, like, you see him go to any and whatever team, you know, whether it's the Giants, the Jets, the Panthers. So it's going to be interesting to see where he falls, even Detroit in some cases, Houston, literally everywhere. So Falcons, they just get a really, really good player there for the secondary. Denver Broncos. So I do think this pick will be quarterback, whether it's trade or they draft one here. They go Kenny Pickett. Some people in the NFL might still be high on Kenny Pickett. I'm just going to say I'm not that high on Kenny Pickett. If you want to know why, go to my top 10 quarterback rankings video. Apparently everyone's tired of me just hammering a point. Sorry, you don't like opinions on this channel. The New York Jets go with Drake London. So I do think, yeah, this is the Jets are kind of in a nice scenario where they can take a blue chip offensive lineman and probably one of the top receivers. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I'm really on the Treylon Burks train right now. And like a lot of people are confident in him. Does Debo? I think he's a more unpolished AJ Brown. That would probably be my comp for him. But Drake London, hey man, he fits here, dude. He fits great after the catch, huge catch radius. Gotta love it. The Washington Commanders, the Comrags. They go Sam Howell, reunited, and he says it right here. De'Ami Brown, I like that. I like that a lot. Minnesota Vikings, worst cornerback room in all of football. They go Ahmad Gardner. We don't see Derek Stingley yet, do we? Huh? That's interesting. So they got Sauce, first corner off the board. The Cleveland Browns, receiver. No one is drafting. Like, no one's in a mock is doing anything other than receiver. I might play with that idea, though, Monday. I'm just gonna try to belt out an interesting mock draft for you guys on Monday. But so they get Burks, great size, great speed for that size, it's just top notch. And then Baltimore Ravens go Derek Stingley. Just put LSU, my friend. Just put LSU. What you doing? There's great value, man. Add him to the cornerback room. I mean, you got two guys in Marcus Peters and Marlon Humphrey who can play interchangeably in and out, inside and outside. Derek Stingley playing outside, playing man coverage, something. I think I like him better coming in and just being a press man corner in the NFL rather than being a guy that you want to drop back into zones. I don't think he necessarily has that feel yet for zone defense. So. Yep. Let's go ahead. Let's just go over the next two picks. David Ojabo going to the Eagles, and then they go Tyler Linderbaum. Listen, I know some Eagles fans, which I'm surprised, because it was like 2 months ago y'all were hammering for Tyler Linderbaum be a great pick for the Eagles, and now suddenly it's like, we don't need Tyler Linderbaum. It's like, listen, he's a top 10 prospect. You get him here at 15. Yeah, just go ahead and grab good talent. David Ojabo, more of a project though. More of a project. He's not going to be an immediate contributor, at least in my opinion. I think he's a guy that you won't really know what you have in him until year 3. That's when you'll really be like, okay, this guy's a pro baller for us, or maybe even just a solid player. Again, depends how these guys develop. But Ojabo has that type of potential, man. He could really go anywhere from like the top 10 to like back of the first round. So let's keep going. The Chargers, Travis Jones. He's like, to hell with Jordan Davis. I do like Travis Jones. Him and Jordan Davis are actually very unpolished as pass rushers, surprisingly. But these are guys that are going to be like phenomenal run defenders. And you might be like, well, he doesn't have the opposing size of a Jordan Davis. I mean, the dude's got like Travis Jones has 13% body fat. He's kind of a freak in his own right. So don't just play him off just yet. Wow, New Orleans Saints go Trevor Penning. I think the NFL is going to like Trevor Penning. I think he's going to go higher than maybe what some of y'all think. And I mean, I don't have him rated that high. He's my tackle 6. But they're going to like that mentality of him. And they do lose Terran Armstead. But, I mean, I don't know, man. I really think the idea of the Saints going... I mean, obviously receivers there with Olave and Williams. But maybe just going quarterback. Just get the most valuable position on a cheap deal as you kind of do this like mini rebuild. He admits Kenyon Green is a better player. Darn right he is. And then the Eagles take Trent McDuffie. I love Trent McDuffie. He's one of my favorite prospects. This cat is fast. He has great mirroring ability. And he was essentially just shut down. Teams didn't even throw his way when he was there on Washington. The dude is a good. I think he could slip because teams might worry about his size. I'm curious what he measures out in terms of his length. And he's not exactly the most physical corner, though this scheme would be pretty good for him there with Gannon. And then the Pittsburgh Steelers, they don't go quarterback either. They're going to go with Kenyon Green. This is nice. He could be a tackle. He could be a guard. Kind of helps with that positional versatility on a Steelers line that just honestly just needs to get better. The New England Patriots, they go Andrew Booth. I mean, whether he returns or not, cornerback, like just add in more talent to the cornerback room is always a plus in my book. Jameson Williams going to Alabama. Going to the Raiders. They get a burner to replace Henry Ruggs. Pair up there with Zay Jones, Hunter Renfro, and Darren Waller. There we go. So, yeah, no, I think the Raiders could go a lot of different ways there. Kyler Gordon, wow, going to the Cardinals. So, the Kyler Gordon hype is kind of moving up. We haven't seen a linebacker taken either. I just thought about that. But, yeah, no, Kyler Gordon, man, I don't know if you can play him immediately, but from a length, size, and athletic perspective, like, this dude's got the tools. I think he could sneak in the first round just because of the tools, but he might be a guy that takes a little bit to get going in the NFL. Actually, very similar to Byron Murphy. And then the Dallas Cowboys take the first linebacker off the board in Nakobe Dean. They get Dean, so that's nice. That's nice. I'm kind of curious, would Lloyd maybe be the better fit to kind of play middle? Because not to say Dean can't play middle, but I mean, I feel a lot more comfortable with Lloyd in that role, where Dean would be a good weak side linebacker. And then, whoa, Buffalo Bills go Tyler Smith. This is ahead of Zion Johnson. I mean, Tyler Smith is my interior 3, but I think I still got like a midday 2 grade on him. I don't think he really will set the combine on fire too much. I think he gets hurt from not being eligible for the Senior Bowl. So like there's not a lot of hype around him, but I don't know if I don't think he sneaks into the first round over a Zion Johnson. And then the Tennessee Titans take Travon Walker. So yeah, if Harold Landry's gone, grabbing a guy with Walker's like kind of physical tools kind of makes sense. So not bad here. Wan'Dale freaking Robinson going ahead of Chris Olave. I think this is a bit error on this, man. Because Chris Olave, he's still on the board, right? Yeah, no, he hasn't been picked anywhere. Because like Wan'Dale, you kind of worry, like, is he a bit of a gadget player? Do you think he can be more than a gadget player at his size? I'd rather just take Chris Olave, a guy who actually for the last 2.5 years, he has the most percentage of routes with a step or more of separation in college football. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I think I'd be taking Olave here if I was going to go receiver. Packers get Jermaine Johnson. Very good pick with the Smith brothers likely out the door, getting someone that could rush opposite of Gary. Be nice. George Pickens going to the Dolphins. I like Pickens, man. He's not getting a lot of hype. I'm kind of curious how he'll test out at the combine. He's got that X wide receiver size. Ugh. As a Dolphins fan, I still would love Treylon Burks, but I know he ain't gonna be here for us. So yeah, I like this. Honestly, I like a Perkins fit better than maybe a Dotson. Chris Olave is kind of a close call though. I'm kind of curious about that. Like, I think I'd still lean Pickens though. But this is interesting. Daxton Hill going to the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, they quite frankly might lose the Honey Badger. So grabbing Hill, a guy that can play slot, he can play deep. He can even come down and play into the box too. So good pick here. And then the Cincinnati Bengals come away with Zion Johnson. So you're gonna have the Bills take Tyler Smith, but pass up on Zion Johnson. That's interesting. Good for you. Good for you, Bengals. Though. Good for you. Wow, George Karlaftis fell all the way here to the Lions. And listen, in an NFL draft, good players fall. So I won't discount it. A lot of this depends on how Karlaftis tests. I have no doubt that he's going to translate well to the NFL, that he's going to be a solid player. The question is, how explosive will he be? All right, let's go ahead. Let's take a look at the second round. Doesn't have anything written down here for it, but he has the picks. Romeo Doubs. After Senior Bowl, I'm really off Romeo Doubs. I got him as day 3 guy. Early day 3. But, yeah, dude, he just plays small for a receiver his size. Then Roger McCreary be a nice pickup for the Lions. Devin Lloyd's still on the board, man. I think maybe you take a linebacker. Chris Olave's still on the board. Maybe you take Olave, receiver. Get some receivers. Get some talent for Malik Willis. And then Boye Mafe. Ooh, that's kind of a fun pick for the Jets. He's a lot more put together than I thought. Dude's going to test out great. It wouldn't surprise me if he snuck it in the first round. And then the Giants take Bernhard Raimann. So they're able to get a tackle here in round 2 after going, receiver and edge. So interesting draft. Houston Texans get Devin Lloyd. Again, if I'm the Texans, I'm drafting. I guess this would fall in best player available. But also, I would probably want to rather go with positions of more value. So, but Devin Lloyd falling here, man, you kind of got to take that, huh? The Jets, they get Trey McBride. He definitely feels like a guy that Saleh and LaFleur would like. Chris Olave falling to the Bears here at 39 is just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. That's wild. Broncos grab Arnold Ebiketie, man. It's a good edge class, man. A lot of good edge talent. We got Kyer Elam going to the Seahawks, so they continue to try to reconstruct that secondary. The Commanders go Lewis Cine. I would say they're looking more for a free, and I don't think Cine can play deep. I think he's a too high guy. Him and Brisker. So that's the thing, man. Daxton Hill is a guy that fills that role that you're kind of looking. I think you would probably be looking to day 3 for guys like Kirby Joseph, Nick Cross. I said day 3, round 3. Atlanta Falcons get Desmond Ridder. I just think the Falcons are out on quarterback in this class. Of course, if quarterback falls to him, then yeah, go ahead, take it. But I think they might just be like, yeah, let's try to look in what hopefully is a better class next year. Devontae Wyatt to the Browns. They do need some help on the interior, so that's a pretty solid pick, but I'm pretty sure he might be going a little higher than this. You never know with the draft. Chad Muma, good pick for the Ravens. A guy that's a little more, has a little bit better instincts than Patrick Queen to play alongside, so that's not bad. Myjah Sanders, huge fan of this cat's game. He's honestly a start now prospect, so. Matt Corral falling all the way to the Colts, so pretty solid. Pretty solid. Good on y'all. I think Corral might be a guy that goes higher too. Then again, you never know. You never know. Christian Harris going to the Chargers. This is like probably he's a better prospect than I think Kenneth Murray was. But you're dealing with this same type of, while the upside's better, it's a very similar prospect to Kenneth Murray in terms of like I think the bust potential, the bust rate. Saints managed to get Jahan Dotson here at 49, so that's a good pickup. Dolphins get Kenneth Walker. Quite frankly, I don't think we need to go running back early. That's just not Mike McDaniel. That's not his calling card. He makes a dominant rushing attack from journeymen and day 3 guys. So I don't think we necessarily need to go with that. Jaquan Brisker is a good pickup here for the Eagles here in round 2. Darion Kendrick. Oh, guys, I think Kendrick's falling, man. I'm curious how he's going to test out in speed, but like, yeah, dude, it was a downer week for him in Mobile. And then we got Darion Kennard, the Raiders. They address the offensive line a little bit more. They grab Kennard, who probably slides into left guard then. And then Quay Walker. Man, a lot of y'all big mad that I have Quay Walker in my top 10. I'm curious how he tests out. I know a lot of people think he's like this elite athlete. I don't think he's as good as athlete as some other people do. Again, I could be wrong on that. We could come out, test out like a monster. It's a good linebacker class anyway. But yeah, no, I think I still had like a late day 2 grade on Walker. And he'd be a good fit here for the Patriots. So Jordan Davis falling all the way to 55. I think that's probably highly unlikely. But again, you never know. Sean Ryan going to the Cowboys. They get a little help on the interior at left guard there with Connor Williams is a free agent. So Mario Goodrich. This is also a bit rich for me. Oh, pun intended. Because I don't think he's an extraordinary athlete. He's an older prospect. Like, I like him better on day 3, personally. But the Bills do need some more cornerback depth with Levi Wallace is a free agent. There we go. Falcons, they grab Kingsley and Nagbari. That's a pretty solid pick there for the Falcons. I like that. I'm a big fan of Nagbari. I've been a big fan for a while. May not still see him as the first rounder. I used to, but I think he's a guy that's going to be just very uber productive in the NFL just because of just how violent he plays. It's just, I love it. Christian Watson going here to Green Bay. We saw Green Bay take, I think, Christian Watson yesterday and Bengals draft in the first round. This is a bit more plausible. There's not a lot of receivers with size in this draft. He's one of them, so he could go a bit higher than what people have him ranked. Cameron Thomas going to the Bucks. The way he measured out, man, like he's like maybe the JPP role. He's not a guy you can have on the interior. Like you ain't playing on the interior at 264. I'm sorry, you're just not. So, and it sucked that he got hurt because he didn't get to show out at the Mobile. He just got measured and came out being like, oh, we thought you were bigger. Martin Emerson, I love this pick for the Niners. I think he's a really good scheme fit. Logan Hogg. Oh, he lists him as edge. Okay, that makes sense. We know that Spag likes big athletic players, and honestly, if you're going to play Hall at edge, that's probably a Spag guy. Max Mitchell coming here to the Bengals at 63. I'd be more willing to take a Nicholas Petit-Frere. I think Mitchell had a rough week in Mobile, but by no means I think that is it a big sinker to his draft stock. I think I have him about the same area as a third rounder. So, and a little bit of an asterisk. I don't know how recovered he was from, he had like fractures in his hands during the year. Wow, DeMarvin Leal fell real hard. Real hard. I think he has a good combine, and then he maybe sneaks back into the first round discussion. But that would be a fun fit. Overall, interesting mock draft. Interesting to say the least. I think there's a couple of guys that I'm just not that high on, like Mario Goodrich, Darion Kendrick, that just went a bit higher than I think they should have. I mean, Chris Olave falling to 39, I think it's kind of wild. Devin Lloyd falling. Like, again, the draft, it happens. Not high on Romeo Dubs. The draft, it happens, but, like, good players fall. But this was still very interesting. Like, Tyler Smith going ahead of Zion Johnson, I thought was very intriguing. And then I think Wandale was just a bad pick for the Bucks. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. That's it for the video. Go ahead, do that YouTube thing. And as always, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I think I already said that. Sorry, last video of the week. But as always, until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.